All right, welcome everybody to the Creatorville Podcast. Tonight we have special guest Lemonwedgesss coming on. This is going to be our second episode, but kind of more like our first episode, seeing as our second episode was done, our first episode was done on TikTok with a completely different format, and we changed everything up. And we're going to be doing these on Twitch from now on, posting them to YouTube as a video podcast. And so yeah, we've gone with a little bit of a night talk show type theme here, and that's how we're doing that right now, currently. But this will be live on YouTube afterwards, and most likely Spotify as well. What's up, Lemonwedgess? I can't see you.
My bad. Give me a minute.
So for now, we will look at. Oh my God. There we go.
What's up?
You look great. Unfortunately, I don't have it perfectly centered in my box on Twitch. So let's put you in there. There we go.
Oh, much better.
Put you in there. Maybe we can crop out this part too, and I don't need to be in there.
That.
Crop out this. Crop out this. Okay. Maybe it wasn't quite set up.
Hey, it's all right.
It's good now though.
This is called content creation right here.
Exactly. We're just figuring it out. Okay. We'll do like one of these maybe. Then we'll fold in your right side. This is a trial run. This is the first time we've used our very expensive night shift set, so that's first time ever. So can you hear me? How was your day today?
Yeah, no, I can hear you. Day was good. I'm glad that it's halfway through the week. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I mean, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, especially because I stream on Thursdays, so I always enjoy that. But I'm glad the week's half over.
Right, yeah, Wednesday. So you're not streaming tonight?
No, tonight's my night off. One of the many.
Tonight's your night off. Well, today you're going to be able to relax on a podcast with T-Steak 98 for an hour or so.
Love it. I love it.
Cool. So I sent you a list of kind of questions that I may or may not be asking you. Like I was saying, I don't know if you had heard that on my stream, but before we did an episode 1, and I felt like it was more of an interview rather than a conversation. So we're just going to try and keep things cool and casual, like let the nerves go, you know. I got tea here. It's super relaxing. It's great. By the way,
oh man, I don't have any tea.
Wondering why I look like, I don't know, I just smoked a pile of weed or I got punched in the face or I've been crying for an hour. I have fucking terrible seasonal allergies. So that's why I don't know if you noticed that, but it looks like I just woke up or something.
Allergies are the worst.
Do you have allergies too?
I mean, I get them very lightly. It doesn't really affect me all that much, but I know that I'm lucky. So I can only imagine what it's actually like when it, punches you in the face.
Yeah, so you get like the seasonal allergies around this time, or?
Yeah, just a little bit. It's really just like a runny nose, maybe a little bit of the itchy eyes, but past that, it's very bearable.
Yeah, man, I feel, like, when did you develop those? Like, what age do you think you were?
Actually, it was probably just a few years ago, to be honest. I mean, up until probably just a couple of years ago. Yeah, up until then, I mean, I could run through a field of pollen and snort it, and I'd be fine. Yeah,
same here. Like, I would say mine was 2 years ago. When I was 21 is the first year I think I got allergies. And now being like 23, like, holy crap. Like the first year I was like, is this what allergies are? Why am I getting allergies when I was 21? I thought that was something that you just have your whole life, right? Like if you have them or you don't. But no, apparently you can just develop them at any age.
Yeah. Yeah, they suck no matter when you get them, that's for sure.
Yeah, bro, fuck this life. Like, man, I was like, I was a kid, like, what are all these people bitching about allergies for? Like, but just a bunch of bitches. Now I wake up and it looks like I've been crying for an hour. What, like I was sleeping. I don't know, it's ridiculous.
This is just an excuse. We know you actually have been crying for an hour and you're over here like, maybe I can play it off on allergies or something. They'll never know.
I just cried for my full 8 hours of sleep. I go to bed, instantly start crying by the time I get up. Yeah, that's it. I legit woke up at 3:30 a.m. last night to fucking blow my nose. That's how bad my allergies were. I was just like, rolled out of bed. I'm like, fuck, I need to blow my nose. What time is it? 3 a.m. I'm like,
I can honestly say I've never done that. That's for sure.
That it's awful. And like, allergy pills suck. And I told you I was thinking of taking a job up north, right?
Yeah.
So nice thing up there, no fucking trees grow, no plants grow, no pollen.
There you go. You're good to go.
I was meant to live there. It's gonna be great. Arctic tundra.
Perfect for you.
All right. Well, let's go to one of those rehearsed questions, I guess.
Perfect.
Why did you start content? Why did you decide to start content creation?
Yeah, so I think that it was a combination of a couple things. I had been watching a couple of people on Twitch for a couple of years now, just, perusing on the site, watching things while I'm at work, doing various things, just kind of had it on in the background. And it always interested me just from for multiple reasons, from a marketing standpoint, just because my background is in marketing, from simply from what does it actually mean to create content standpoint. And then just, the fact that these guys are playing video games. And I mean, I like video games. So I've always been, the past couple of years, I've been thinking about it. And then when you combine COVID, when COVID hit, and when COVID hit, I had lost my job. It was in July of last year is when I was let go. I was a special events coordinator for a nonprofit organization. And when COVID hit, there were no special events. So it makes sense. We saw it coming.
Oh shit, yeah.
But then through that time, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I thought about it more and more. And then I of course I didn't start creating content until March of this year, and I actually got a job in February. So for some reason I waited until then to start. But it was just always something I thought, I want to give this a shot, if for nothing else, just to learn more about it. And I can honestly say, I mean, I've really enjoyed it so far. It's been a heck of a lot of fun. It's been a blast.
And how long have you been doing it so far?
Since mid to late March of this year, so 6 months, right? Yeah. We're right at the 6 month mark. In fact, we're probably right exactly at that 6 month mark.
Right, yeah. So is there any point, so in the beginning, what was your mindset when you started? Were you like, man, I'm gonna be like fucking Imperial Hal within a month, and then that shit didn't happen? Or were you, I mean, you're doing great, obviously, right? But none of us are Imperial Hal necessarily.
Yeah, no. And that's a very fair question. No, when I started this, it was really mostly just to, one, have fun. My number one goal was always to have fun with this, because if I'm not having fun, why am I doing it? But it was mostly just to kind of take a hobby that I already do, playing video games, and can I turn that into something that's still a hobby, but maybe a little bit more so. The goal was never necessarily to try and make this a full-time job, if you will. Just because looking at my life and where I am, it's not, unless something drastic happens, it's not feasible for me to say, hey, I'm going to quit my job and be a full-time content creator. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I've got a house, I've got responsibilities, and my job pays for those responsibilities. If I was to quit my job and go into content creation at this point, I'm nowhere near being able to cover those responsibilities. Would it be fun? I guess I'm going to, kind of segue into one of your other questions, is would I ever want to be a full-time creator? Yeah, I think that everybody that goes into content creation has that thought in the back of their mind, even if they're not thinking it, they're like, it'd be fun to do this full-time. For sure, it absolutely would. And if the opportunity arose, I would definitely take it. But the opportunity for me is going to look a lot different than the opportunity like for you, for example.
Yeah.
I would need a lot more security in that opportunity before I would take that leap of faith. I'm just not at a point in my life where I can do high risk, high reward. I need to hedge my bets, and I need to make sure that I take care of my family first, and then, everything else comes second.
Right. I totally understand that. Yeah, like obviously being in my 20s, I'm at a point where kind of being comfortable and casual and stuff is almost a bad thing, whereas this is the time to take risks, right? At my age, I'd say. Yeah, so I get that age difference is totally different, perspectives and goals and things like that, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so Apex Legends. Why did you start playing Apex? Did you start that? How long had you been playing it before you started streaming?
So you wouldn't know this by watching my gameplay, but I have been playing since season 0. since when the game first was released.
Yeah.
One of the guys that I play with on stream, and I've been playing with him for years. We're good friends back from high school. He's like the main guy that I
Is it
play
Tucker?
games with. Yeah, Tucker. And that this is how we stay connected as we play video games, And at one point he said, "Hey, check out this new game, Apex. It's free. Download it. Let's play." And that was, I don't know, a week or two after it came out.
Right.
And so it was what, 2.5 years ago. And I said, "All right, sounds good." And so we've been playing that on and off for a couple of years now, and it's definitely been, it's been a lot of fun. It's certainly not the game that I'm best at, but I really enjoy playing it. There's a lot of really enjoyable moments throughout the game when you're playing, and I find enjoyment even when I lose. So it's good. It's fun.
Yeah. So what game are you best at? You said that's not the game you're best at. So what is this best at game?
I don't know if there's specifically a game that I'm best at so much, but the first person multiplayer shooter games, they're just not my best genre. I don't have I'm an old man. I don't have the reaction time of some of you young whippersnappers out there.
I've noticed.
I don't. Yeah, right. I don't. They're just. I don't have the ability to put in 10 to 20 hours a week to get good at those games. I mean, I play Apex 4 hours a week, maybe. So I play it. I enjoy it, but it's not what I'm best at. Probably one of the games that I'm best at, if you can be best at this, would be something like one of the other games that I stream, Skyrim. It's just a slower paced, one player exploration kind of deal. Those kind of games. I think Morrowind, the third installment in the Elder Scrolls series. Okay. That was the game that really got me into video games way back in the day.
Wow.
I mean, I had a Nintendo 64 and I enjoyed that stuff, but even on there, I was playing things like, there were no battle royales on the Nintendo 64. I was playing things like Mario Kart and Super Mario, things like that. Super Smash Brothers.
You had Mario 64 too, right?
Yeah.
I love that game. Jumping through the paintings and
game.
Shit. That was like my whole childhood.
I tried doing that on stream when I first started streaming. My Sundays were retro. They were throwbacks. So I started with Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo 64 and I played through that. And I forgot how short that game was. It took me 2 streams and I was done. I was like, okay, great. But then I tried doing Super Mario 64 and then my Nintendo 64 kind of crapped out. So hopefully I can get it fixed. Because I've got a number of other games I still enjoy playing.
Did you try blowing in the cartridge?
Oh, of course I did. I tried the whole blowing in the cartridge thing, which is funny because when the Nintendo 64 was released, it was supposed to be next gen. You don't have to blow into the console, right? That was the old generation Nintendo. This is new, and I mean it's it's the same old.
It's just so funny that was like a common thing. Like everybody knew that you blow in it, it's fine, right? It's just like turning shit on, turning it back on. It makes no sense, but it fucking works.
You blow in the dust, you blow the dust out of the way, and then you're good to go. It's fine.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Is that actually what it did though? It blew the dust? I thought like maybe it like heated up the card or something too. Like I'm not sure.
Nah, I'm pretty sure there was just dust that was getting in between the pins, so the pins wouldn't perfectly touch, and then you'd have a bad circuit, and then the game wouldn't start. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I think it was that simple, but I could be wrong.
What was your favorite game on Nintendo 64? Ooh, it's a tough one, is it?
I mean, yeah, there were really good games in there. I mean, there was, Super Mario 64. There was Banjo-Kazooie. There was Super Smash Brothers, the original Super Smash Brothers. Still a great game. There was a game called Battle Tanks that was a freaking blast. It's I mean, the graphics are awful and the tanks are super boxy, but there was actually like a level progression, and you would start off with just a simple tank and you got to go around, destroy the other tanks and collect the key to open the gate or whatever it was.
Right.
But it was a blast of a game. Battle Tanks was really good.
It actually kind of sounds familiar. I don't know if I've played it. I'm thinking of like something I saw when I would go into the video game store when Nintendo 64 was like the video game, the only shit in there, right? And like I'm trying to think of it. I'm gonna search it up real quickly. Do you have my stream open right now?
Hold on.
Okay.
I got it right here. Oh, it's this.
Oh fuck, nope, that's not what I'm thinking of at all.
Okay.
Oh well.
This game's legit, so.
That's it. You still got a stash beside you, or?
Oh, I got all my video games right here. Actually, that's a lie. I've got all my Nintendo 64 and all of my Xbox One. My Xbox 360 and my original Xbox are still downstairs with the main TV.
So we've discovered that you're an Xbox guy.
Yeah, not because I necessarily prefer that over PlayStation. The first console I had was an Xbox, and so I just kind of got tied into enjoying Xbox, and here we are.
Okay, I've been like, personally, I got a PS2 originally, right? And then I got Xbox 360 next, and then I got Xbox One, but I think I would probably stay Xbox for the foreseeable future, even though I believe PlayStation's more popular right now. Is that correct?
I think it might be. I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't necessarily keep up on the rivalry per se. All I know is that I really enjoy the Halo series, which is Xbox.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy the Elder Scrolls series, which Bethesda was bought by Microsoft. So I'm assuming that the next Elder Scrolls installment, when they come out with that in 18 years, is going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Yo, that's gonna suck for like PSVR and stuff, because like Skyrim VR was pretty lit. I don't know if you ever played that before. Hello?
I'm sorry. There's a weird sound coming from my house. Can you repeat the question?
That's gonna suck for like PSVR and stuff, because like Skyrim VR was pretty lit. Did you have the opportunity to play that ever?
I played it once, and it was really cool. Because that's one of my favorite games. Being able to like stand in the middle of Whiterun and then look around, it was awesome. However, I feel like it certainly lacked in the mobility aspect, because you had to like look where you wanted to go and then like move, and then it would just kind of like click you forward. I think there were two ways you could move, but neither one was necessarily intuitive, because you couldn't just walk, because you'd walk into a wall in your house. And the other way, you just had to like click, and it would just move you forward in increments of like 4 feet or something.
Right.
So that got fairly obnoxious. But again, I only played it once, and it was for 12 minutes. So, I will say that PlayStation is certainly leaps and bounds ahead of Xbox in the VR regard. But PlayStation is well behind PC, which makes sense.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Xbox hasn't come out with a VR yet. But also with Skyrim, I found it was kind of tedious, the movement and things like that as well. However, seeing that potential, I thought there was so much potential in seeing. I was impressed with Skyrim VR, because I was like, this is going to be rough. And it wasn't as rough as I expected it to be. So therefore, I think the next time they do, like, let's say, is there a new Elder? Do we have a name for the next Elder Scrolls? I don't think so, right?
No, it's just Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, so Elder Scrolls 6, when that comes out, if they do a VR for that, hopefully it'll be a little more like fluid. But like I am like, it excited me for the potential of VR. I'm a big fan of VR. I don't have my own VR headset. I was looking at one a while back, but like I gotta save up a little bit more money before I feel comfortable dropping. What is it, $500 probably?
Yeah, I mean, you can get the Oculus Quest. I think it's the newest one, but it's like a mobile unit. I think it's like $250 or maybe $300. You can play most of the big VR games on it, but I think the storage is minimal because everything's in the headset. So as opposed to having everything on your PC with just a headset that hooks up to your PC, everything's on the headset, so you can only store X amount of games. But it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Like I'm again excited for the future of VR, because like Steam is popping out new VR games every day, right?
Yeah.
And the VR headsets are getting better every year. Like, imagine VR in 20 years is gonna be like just insane. Even when
ridiculous.
I wear a VR headset now, I put that shit on. I'm playing a game for like 20 minutes, and then after those 20 minutes, I'm just like, I legit take the headset off, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what Earth looks like. Like, it's crazy how fast your brain reacts, and it's like, oh yeah, this is normal. You take it off, and you're like, right, this is what my room and shit looked like. Like, I almost forget what our reality looks like, which is kind of sketchy, but.
Don't get lost, T-Steak. Don't get lost.
It's kind of fun to think about, but it is kind of scary too, because it's like, I don't want to like predict the future or anything, but like 50 years VR is going to be nuts. Like, how are you going to tell that shit apart from like your hand in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm very excited as well. I think VR has a long way to go, but I think there's a lot of potential there. I'm very excited to see where it goes. Especially in like 30 years when I'm retired and then I have a bunch of expendable income and then I can just buy a bunch of video games and sit in my rocker and play my VR games. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that's so true too. I think video games are like heavily underutilized in retirement homes. Like when our generation's old, we're like 90, we can barely walk, we're walking everywhere with a walker and shit. You better bet your ass I'm gonna be playing Skyrim all day. Like, come on.
When we're 90, they're going to have the kind of technology to reach into our memories and like extract a memory, download it onto a PDF, stick it into a VR headset, and we'll be there and we can just relive it.
That is so fucking true. That would be sick.
That'd be crazy.
Damn. You could like go fishing with your dead grandpa who's been dead for like 70 years.
Yeah. That'd be weird. We're pushing the boundaries of reality here, T-Sick.
Yeah, legit. This is like a Joe Rogan podcast, straight up. You want to talk about psychedelics next?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm excited for that future. I know when I got this one uncle, he's like a really active guy. He's like 74, so he's getting pretty old. But like, I know when he's in a old folks home and he ain't moving and shit, I'm going to bring him an Xbox with like a hunting game and shit because that's what he loves, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that to him and be like, you will like this, trust me. And then he's probably going to love it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I definitely plan on doing that when certain people get old enough. I'm like, I know they would like this. There's just not the time in their life for it type of thing.
100%.
Yeah. So do you ever plan on getting a PC? What's up, Darren?
I would enjoy getting a PC for sure. I'd love to get one down the line. Now just isn't the time. But yeah, I would absolutely get a PC down the line. There's a lot of games for the PC that I would love to play. That's for sure. But, you know, if I'm going to go and get a PC, I need to, there's a few things that I would need to do before I go and I buy a PC. So short answer is yes, I would. Long answer is it's going to be a while.
Okay. And what program do you use to edit your TikToks and things right now?
That's a great question. It's a very convoluted system that I do. So I download my stream from Twitch and then I rewatch it so that I can find the TikTokable moments. Then I'll cut those out using just the Microsoft video editor that comes on every Windows laptop.
Yeah.
So I'll trim that out, save that, and then I'll put that into a program. It's a free program called Caden Live.
Okay.
And then I can lay it out so that there's one in the background, so it gives me like a nice background blur, then one smaller overlay of the same video for the gameplay, and then another one for my face. Export that, put it onto my phone, and then I put it into a program called UCut, and then from there I can crop it down to TikTok size and then add captions, GIFs, whatever else I want, sounds, and then put it on TikTok.
Damn, that is a lot of work. Sounds like a lot of work.
It's a pain in the butt. I guarantee there's a much better, easier way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, everything that I use is free and it has everything that I want. And it gives me the ability to customize them in the way that I want to, in order to output the content that I, you know, at a quality that I wish to be creating content.
Yeah. And so I got to ask here, you download the entire stream and then rewatch it?
Yeah. I mean, when I rewatch it, there's, you know, a little like fast forward 30 seconds button.
Yeah.
And so I'll like watch 7 seconds, click it, and then it jumps 30 seconds. I'll watch a little bit and click it because I vaguely remember what happened during that stream. And there's a couple of things that I'm like, okay, I got to look out for this moment because this is a good TikTok clip. And then the rest, I'll just kind of click through. And so I can watch a 2-hour stream in 20 minutes. And I'm also doing other things while I'm doing that. So.
Right. I do the same thing. Like I watch the whole stream back. But the one thing I was thinking, like, so you probably have a reason for this, but like when I am rewatching the stream, I watch the stream on Twitch and then I hit the clip button when I find what I want. So I don't have to download the whole stream. I only download the 30 seconds that I want straight out of it.
That's fair. A lot of the stuff that I clip or that I use for TikTok is longer than 30 seconds, or it's like a 4-minute segment that I want, like this, and this. And then I want to cut the rest of that out, put it together into a 50-second TikTok, and then post it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because the highlighting tool, obviously you can do, that's I think it's 1 minute or more, or 2 minutes or more, right? So you can get a bigger chunk. But the highlighting tool on Twitch is super fucking slow. It's super slow. It's really clunky. Not a fan. You might want to try it though. Maybe it's faster than what you're doing right now. I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe because if you hit clip, it'll say like, oh, you don't have enough. There's not enough time in this clip because the max you can do is 60 seconds. Try the highlight tool, and you can use the highlight tool. But so maybe try it. I know I don't.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, it takes a while to like render the video afterwards, so that's why I don't use it. But
gotcha.
I won't try.
Yeah, no, I mean my system, it's a little bit clunky, but I get what I want out of it. So, and I
it's
didn't
free
pay
though,
anything
right?
for it. Yeah, I didn't pay anything for it. That's my whole deal. Is I'm trying to be a content creator for, without investing a bunch of money into this. When I was talking to my wife and I said, hey, I want to stream on Twitch, she said, well, how much is that going to cost? And so I broke it down and I said, look, including like the capture card and everything that I need, I can do it for $300. And she said, all right, go for it. And so that's what I spent, was $300, and then we're doing great.
That's good. That's great. $300. That's super cheap. And you said you use Canva to make your emotes and things, right?
No, I use.
Am I getting confused?
No, you're good. I don't use Canva at all. I make my own emotes by using Publisher, essentially, Microsoft Publisher and Microsoft Word. It's very janky. It's very unprofessional, but it works. I'm able to create something in Microsoft Publisher that is either an emote or a label or a background or whatever the case is. And then if I need to remove the background, then I can put it into Microsoft Word. I can remove the background there, save it as an image, put it back into Publisher for final edits, save it in the right size, and then upload it from there.
No, your emotes look great for sure. Like they look better than mine, and mine are made
thanks.
on Canva, which I'd say is a little better than Microsoft.
I don't
Publisher.
think mine are better than yours, but I appreciate you saying that.
No, they look good for sure. They're very like they suit your brand and everything. They're perfect. Like yeah, they look awesome. One thing I'm obviously I have the what do you call it? The little first symbol as my sub badge on your stream. What is that thing called again?
Like a founder's badge, I think.
Yeah, founder's badge. I got the founder's badge. But damn, your little lemon thing looks sick. Sometimes I see my founder's badge.
That I will be honest, that was the one thing that I paid for design wise. I did not make those. I cannot claim credit. I found someone on Fiverr or Fiv or however that's pronounced. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I found someone on there and they made my sub badges, the 1 month, 3 month, what is it? 1 month, 3 month, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 6 month, 9 month, 1 year. They made those and sent them to me, and then I uploaded those. So
what are they per month? Are they different colors of that lemon, or do they completely change? Okay.
There's always the base little lemon thingy, but the first one is like a yellow gray, and then the second one is blue, third one is purple, fourth one is, I believe, red. One of them's gold, one of them's red, and then they have like a little lightning effect on them, to zhuzh it up a bit. And then the last one has an extra big lightning effect, and it's rainbow.
Rainbow. That's pretty. So what is that? 2 years?
That's 1 year.
1 year. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But I'm never even gonna get to engage with that. I just got this founder's badge.
I can try and get that off if you want.
No. I kind of want it still, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, these lemons look pretty sick. I kind of want a lemon beside my name.
When I realized that the first 10 people got the founder's badge, I was a little bit disappointed because I had, purchased these sub badges and I put them on. I was very excited to see someone. And so when the first person that subbed to my channel subbed, I got super excited and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to get to see their badge. And I've seen it on my name because it happens on your own name when you type in chat as the streamer, because it's your channel. But I was like, I want to see it on somebody else. And then this little first founders badge popped up and I got all disappointed. I was like, ah, shoot, I'm not going to get to see it. Still very much appreciated the sub nonetheless. But yeah, it is funny that if you're one of the first people, you don't actually get that badge. I don't know if that's permanent. I would assume it's permanent, but
yeah, I've seen like on big streamers like Nick Merckx and stuff. I was watching his stream and like one of the founders guys with the founder badge. So imagine being the top first 10 in like his stream like 6 years ago, and he was talking about like everybody like fucking like bowed down in chat to this founder's badge, and he's like, give the founder some respect. He's the only one who comes by anymore and stuff. So like, you know, in 10 years, if you're like a streamer with like 5 million followers, I come there with a founder's badge, I'm gonna have instant clout.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, 5 million followers. I'd take 500 at this point. Shoot.
Would you go full time if you had 5 million followers?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
That's the dream.
With the way that the statistics breaks down is that, you know, on average, a streamer has roughly 1%. Well, the bigger streamers have roughly 1% of their followers in stream at any given time. And so if I've got 5 million people following, that means I'd have on average 50,000 people in chat every stream. Yeah, I'd be full time in a heartbeat at that point.
Yeah, those are some good numbers. I can't compete with that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, did you see? You obviously saw my little what I had done for this whole podcast, like what's around us in these bars and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I got you up on the other monitor. I'm watching it right now. It's muted, but I'm watching it. It looks really good. Yeah,
we're doing like a night shift type of theme here, like a night show, talk show type of thing. That's the theme. But I'm thinking of changing the name, like from Creatorville Podcast, maybe just, I don't know. I couldn't find any like nighttime talk shows on Twitch, and I'm like, hey, maybe this is a good niche. Let me like really go into this niche. Yeah,
I mean, no, I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I mean, I feel like I should be sitting in a big leather armchair smoking a cigar. But one, I don't have a big leather armchair, and two, if I tried to smoke a cigar in the house, my wife would kill me.
Oh,
so, which is understandable. I mean, I'd be pretty pissed if I tried to smoke a cigar in my own house too.
I got some right next to me. I was ready for this podcast.
Hold on, you're ready to go. I'll tell you what. I've got my pipe right here. So.
Oh, yo, we can look. Why can't I open this stupid bag?
We can look all sophisticated.
I don't know if this is Cuban, but guys.
Very nice.
That bad boy. And I got some other ones, but they're cheap as shit. Like they just taste like cancer, even though they all give you cancer.
They've all got that in common.
I love a good cigar. A little bit of cigar, a little cigar with like some whiskey. Obviously not in the house though.
Right. Yeah.
Not a bad
that's
time.
That's what the backyard's for, or the garage if it's winter.
Yeah, exactly. What I really want to try is the ones Joe Rogan has on his podcast. They're tobacco, like big ass cigars, right? Obviously he's rich as fuck. But like it's got a little bit of weed laced in it. Just a little bit, like barely any at all. Right? So it's like 10% out of the whole cigar. And that's the one that Elon Musk smoked on his podcast. I'd like to try one of those.
Yeah, I did not know that. I mean, I don't really follow Joe Rogan, so sounds interesting though. The cigar.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I just feel like that'd be a fun little hybrid because like usually when I smoke a cigar, I'm like, it's like a relaxing feeling, just like the pace and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you had 3 creators you say you looked up to, who would they be?
So I think that for being a content creator, I don't nearly follow as many big creators as I should, and like tune in regularly, which, you know, just is based on my free time. I don't have the ability to do that. Right.
Yeah.
But I would say that the top 3 probably, so the first person that I really started watching a couple years back, right when Apex was fairly new, was TSM Viz. And he's really, really, really good at the game, you know, but you know, I just enjoyed watching his, you know, really strong gameplay, and you know, it's fun to tune in and watch somebody who's really good at the game, and he's not toxic or anything like that, you know. He's got a really supportive community. And so that was what kind of got me interested in Twitch, essentially. Another content creator, especially recently, within the last number of months, at least, that I've really started enjoying is Nicewig,
Okay.
another Apex creator.
Yeah.
He's again very good at the game, and he's a controller player, which I just find fascinating, because it's fun to see controller players out there that are doing really, really well, and the vibes on his channel are just immaculate. So it's fun to tune in, watch him and his buddies go and crush a Masters Pred lobby and have fun doing it. Past that, I mean, I'm looking at my followed channels list to see if there's anybody else online that's bigger that I follow. I mean, really past that, like I enjoy watching Nick Merckx. I enjoy watching Tim the Tatman. Not that he's on Twitch anymore; he's moved to YouTube. But the point is they produce good content that's engaging. It's fun to watch, and they're at that uber high level. They're the 1% of streamers. And so if you're a content creator and you want to get to that 1% status, you need to be watching the people that are that 1% status. You need to be watching it's Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect, and understanding how they got to that level and not replicating what they're doing per se, but extracting pieces of what they do, twisting it to make it your own, finding your own niche so that you can, eventually get there as well. So you can grind it out and build your own success.
Right. And do you watch Snipe Down at all?
I don't.
No. He's a really good controller player. I'm a big fan. I'd recommend him. I like his vibe. Like his personality is really cool. Mm-hmm. He's like on Team TSM, right? So it's him, Hal, and Reps right now.
Okay.
And like Hal will yell at him because he makes like some really dumb mistakes. Like for being a top of the line, like one of the best players in the world, he makes a lot of stupid mistakes, and it's very funny their dynamic because Hal will just scream at him, and he has every right to. But the thing is, the next match, Snipedown is gonna like 1v3 the whole team, the other team, and like save their asses. So like he's so good, but he makes so many dumb mistakes that it's funny to watch, and he's on controller too.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's interesting. I got him pulled up right now. He's live playing with Timmy and Hal.
Timmy with it's Timmy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good combo. They rarely play with him, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say this team's probably gonna be completely destructive.
That's gonna be fucking lit, yeah, for sure. Everybody's gonna be Nick Merckx is gonna lose RP tonight, that's for sure.
Right?
Poor guy. I'm just glad that ranked is up and working though, eh? Like it's been gone down all week.
Well, didn't they release a patch like yesterday or today or something, and didn't it not work?
I don't know. I actually didn't look. I didn't see anything about it.
Gotcha. I was just on Twitter and I saw that they had released a patch, but then it didn't fix as many things and some more things were broken. So, I mean, I'm glad that it's working and people are playing. Mm-hmm. It's disappointing all the problems that Apex has had lately. With as much recognition as it's gotten, I feel like they should have stepped it up. Whether they is Respawn or is Respawn EA, like I don't even know.
How I understand it, and this is my understanding, I don't think that's 100% legit. I think like Respawn is the studio and like EA kind of owns them or like / pays them. Like it's like a brand within a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the point is somewhere along this ladder of responsibility, someone needs to step up and fix the issues they're having. I mean, a game of this caliber can't be having this many problems and expect the player base to just be fine with it. And I understand that it's a free game, okay? But there are a lot of people that have paid a lot of money in cosmetics and in battle passes and in things that if I was or people that play this game and create content for this game and that's their source of income and they can't do that because the game is broken. For those people, I completely understand the frustration. I would be livid. From my point of view, I've put no money into the game. I play it just for fun. It's not a big deal, whatever. But I think they need to figure it out. I mean, it's too big of a game to let these things happen.
I 100% agree. Like they were top 4 or 5 game on Twitch, like
Hmm.
for the last month before that whole thing went down. And now you see people like Nick Merckx is back on Warzone today. Yesterday he was back on Warzone. Like Nade Shot's back on Warzone. A bunch of the big guys are back on Warzone. Like that is the definition of fumbling the bag. Like the best
Hmm.
run they've ever had. And they're like, we're gonna ruin the game for 5 days straight.
Yep. Yeah. No, they had such an influx of not just players, but viewers and exposure. And I mean, they were already doing great. And then they just took it to the next level. And it was there for about a month. And then, all these issues happened and nobody wants to sit around and, get kicked from a game. I mean, it's not fun for the players. It's not good content for the creators. It's not enjoyable for people sitting at home watching on our phones. So, it just needs to get fixed.
Yeah, it's so disappointing, and like, I don't know how they could let that happen. Like I think I might have put something on TikTok or I said it on stream. No, I said it on TikTok. Like somebody needs to get fired over this shit. Like that is ridiculous. They like single-handedly like almost ruined the game, or they brought it down from the absolute pedestal that's been on for the last month, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's certainly disappointing and they need to get their act together. And I say that from the outside, I have no idea what's going on there. So, I say it just from my little perspective of the world.
I agree with like my game development perspective is non-existent, but my business perspective is definitely there. And from a business perspective, I'm looking at it like, yo, this team like needs to be kind of fucking whipped into shape. Like something's wrong there. That's
Yeah.
tough. Like just losing out on so much money in the long term, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It's incredible.
I mean, yeah, they just brought in, let's say, an extra 50,000 players over the last month, and they're all gone. Them plus some.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like
just
Nick Merckx has
bad.
50,000 viewers a stream at least. Like you gotta imagine those 50,000 viewers. Let's say they came over from Warzone. Like they're all probably hopping over to Apex, or at least I'd say 40 out of probably 50,000 downloaded fucking Apex. Right now he's back on
Potentially.
Warzone. So
Yeah, or at the very least, they started picking up Apex again. Maybe they, downloaded it, played a few games, but then never touched it. And now, Nick Merckx is playing it. I'll go play it again. He says it's a lot of fun. He says it's, a better, more challenging game than Warzone. So I'll pick it up and give it a shot.
yeah, buy a couple skins, make the company some money. Like
Yeah, that's the thing. You got a couple people come in, a couple people get a battle pass. Boom, there's extra revenue in your pocket, and then this happens. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes. It's certainly disappointing. I hope that they get their act together, get it back on track, because I think that Apex is hands down one of the best battle royales that's out there right now. There's so much skill involved in the game that it makes winning that much more satisfying. And I appreciate what they do with the game every season, how they bring in a new character, how they kind of shake up the meta a little bit.
Yeah.
There's not one gun that's been the gun for the last 2.5 years. Every season they put a new gun in the care package, take one out, and, change things up. So I think they're doing what they can to keep it exciting, keep it fresh, keep it relevant. They just got to make it work.
yeah, like the game is great. It fucking doesn't work half the time. And so do you think that season 10, do you think that was the peak of Apex and it'll never have a peak where it's above like fourth most viewed on Twitch? Do you think that was the peak, or will we have another peak?
I think I'm not qualified enough to answer that question.
Just give us your opinion.
But if you want my opinion,
yeah.
I think that Apex has the potential to get there again. They got to fix the base game, so it works, and they've got to figure out exactly what they're doing with tap strafing, because I know that's a whole issue in and of itself. I know it's still in the game because they were going to take it out, but then it was going to affect a bunch of other things, and then the game got messed up anyway. But they need to figure out these big things that they're working on, and then get back to keeping the game fresh, keeping it relevant, keeping new content coming in without overloading the game. That's another thing that I think that they've done well, is they release new content, new gun, new person every season, maybe a new map every couple seasons, but they don't overwhelm you with new stuff. So you already know the mechanics, you already know the basics. Hey, here's a couple more things, like when they went from regular shields to Evo shields. And for a little bit of time, there was both. They kind of piloted it. You could still pick up a regular shield, or you could pick up an Evo shield. And, you could play around with that. And then they decided, okay, we'll combine this. And so it's been slow, meticulous steps every season. So I think they've done a really good job with that. And I think they can continue to do a really good job with that. I think that Apex definitely can be in the top 4, top 3 stream games on Twitch again. They need to keep up the innovation, keep going in the direction that they're going, but make the game playable.
Right, yeah. I agree with that for sure. Are you excited about any other games coming out this year, like Battlefield, Halo, Farming Simulator 2022?
I mean, I think that's your genre, but it's kind of relaxing to watch you play it, though, I will be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely Halo. I mean, I don't play that many video games strictly because I don't have the time. I've got too many other things going on in my life. Maybe someday when I become a full-time streamer, I'll be able to play all those games that I've said I'd love to play someday. But specifically this year, definitely Halo. I've been waiting on that. I really enjoyed Splitgate for the time being. Splitgate's a really good kind of like Halo-esque multiplayer shooter. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of the same multiplayer modes, whether it's like a kind of like a SWAT or capture the hill or just team deathmatch, whatever the case is. The feel is very similar with the weapons. Obviously they've got portals and jetpacks, which you don't have in Halo, but minor differences when you get down to it. So I've been enjoying that because it kind of scratches that itch that I have to play some Halo. So I'm looking forward to Halo Infinite coming out this year.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of Splitgate, and like it was legit. It just felt like Halo 3. It felt like I was back playing Halo 3 again. That's exactly what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
Either that or I was kind of like Valk.
Yeah, just flying around the jetpack.
Yeah, it felt like the same movement as Valk. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty similar, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think another reason why I like Splitgate is because I appear to be significantly better at that than I am at Apex.
Yeah, see, I thought I was the first like 2 days I played Splitgate. I was doing like games with like 22 kills and like 2 deaths, right? And then all of a sudden, I think skill-based matchmaking started coming in, and I'm getting shit on, and I'm like, yeah, this game is slightly less fun now.
It's funny. I've played well over 10 games. I'm assuming that the first 10 are probably just, bot lobbies, then they put you into stuff. And I still managed to, even on a really bad game, I'm still positive in kills in my KDR. And I think overall I've got like a 4.2 KDR in that game. So it's a little bit more impressive than my 0.7 KDR in Apex.
Yeah. That's better than mine. Mine's 0.47 in Apex. So that's a little rough.
Apex is just a more difficult game.
That's true.
Takes more skill.
I mean, my stats in Farming Simulator are pretty good. I think I've like farmed something like I think it was like 1 million acres already or something. That's pretty good, man.
That's 1 million more than me.
That's hella good, yeah. I'm excited for Farming Sim 2022, that's for sure.
I know you are.
Wait,
play it.
What's the brand on your hat right now? Oh, let's go. I swear to God, I thought it was a tractor brand for a second there. I was like,
no, it's my gamer dad hat. I wear this when I stream.
Okay.
It's a goofy hat. My wife was at the store one day. This is shortly after I started streaming, and she sent me a picture, and it was a picture of this hat, and she said, "Do you want this hat? It's $8." And the first thing I said was, it's a PlayStation controller, because I play on Xbox, and I looked at it and I was like, it's a PlayStation controller. And she goes, "Do you want it?" And I go, "Yes, absolutely, I want it." So that's where it came from. And I was like, yeah, this is funny. This is just a part of my gaming brand now, if you will.
That was my next question. I was gonna say, would you consider it a part of your brand type of thing?
Yeah, I wear it every stream. It's just kind of a part of it. I also like it because when I wear the headphones, when I'm playing games, it doesn't like push down onto my head. It just kind of sits on the hat. It's just a little bit more comfortable, oddly enough.
So you're trying to avoid the head dent.
I doubt I am ever going to be in a position to where I will get the head dent, but this will certainly help if I ever get there.
That's true. Yeah. I think it will. Are you a hat kind of guy? Do you wear hats everywhere? Is it just for stream?
And I never wear hats.
Oh,
I
okay.
very rarely I'll wear a hat like if we're going to the zoo and it's, 85, 90 degrees. I'll wear a hat if we're going to an outdoor event, maybe. But yeah, on the whole, I'm definitely not a hat person, which is funny that I've adopted this.
That is kind of funny, not gonna lie. You're like, I only wear a hat when it's 100% necessary. When it's a sunny day, I'm at the beach type of thing. But you're like, but I'm gonna wear it inside on a Tuesday, 2 hours on my stream while playing Apex Legends.
100%.
Do you wear a hat in the sun and when you're playing Apex Legends?
And when I've got the windows drawn and my monitor on, yes, 100%.
And you rhymed there too.
I try.
Windows drawn, monitor on. I love that. That's good. That's good. Do you get any pre-stream anxiety?
Not really. That's a good question. I mean, when I first started, yes. Because when you're first starting off streaming, you're a small streamer, you don't even know if anybody's going to tune in, you don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of unknowns, and you want to, and maybe this is just me, but I feel like a lot of people have this idea of like they want whatever they're doing to be really, really good / to be perfect. We've got this idea in our mind of when I go live, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and it's all going to be perfect, right? And as you and I both know, that is not the case.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have, I still have so many technical difficulties to this day. I'll start a stream, my mic's not working. I'll start a stream, my game is muted for the first 3 matches. I'll start a stream and then the stream crashes because who knows why. So at first, when I first started, I definitely had that anxiety of I need to be energetic. I need to say things. I need to engage my viewers and make sure that they're having a good time. And I still think all of those things, but it's certainly a lot easier now, especially now that I've got, a couple of regulars that'll, pop in, say, hey, I can chat with them. So I've certainly gotten more comfortable.
Right. Yeah. And so at first, maybe there was some anxiety, but it's kind of like faded over the time.
Yeah. At first there was definitely some anxiety, but as I've become more comfortable with the process and, just how, and I've become more comfortable with the process. I've become more comfortable with understanding that things are going to go wrong. And I've become more comfortable with the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect. The fact is, I just have to do it, because if I don't hit go live, I'm not going to mess up, but I'm also not going to create any content. I'm not going to interact with my community. I'm not going to be able to do any of the things that are the reason as to why I started doing this.
Right, that makes sense. I get your point of view there, which you're coming from. I have talked to some streamers where they're like, I'm trying to deal with I have pre-stream anxiety. It's like apparently like it's a common thing. And I say apparently because when people have mentioned it to me, I'm like, I don't have pre-stream anxiety, but in the beginning I 110% did. Thinking back now, I'm like, what are you talking about? But then I was like, wait a second, back in January or February 1st was my first stream. So back in February, I definitely remember not wanting to hit that play button and stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think just the time, really makes you more comfortable and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. And I mean, for me personally, being, in front of people, public speaking, things like that, that's not something that I'm uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been in musicals. I was in an a cappella group in college. I've done public speaking, all of those things. I've, the point is that I'm not uncomfortable in front of people. So this is, if I can take that mindset, put it into streaming, essentially it's the same thing. And the difference is that this is, in my opinion, easier because I'm not actually looking at people and talking to them. I'm talking to my monitor, I'm talking to my laptop, and there just happen to be people watching and listening.
Yeah,
So,
because I know like when you're public speaking, you're talking to a big crowd, right? Like I have tons of experience public speaking as well. Like in university, I did lots of entrepreneur competitions. I don't know if you know like Shark Tank and things. So you do like a pitch for investors and stuff, and there's usually a big audience.
yeah.
So business competitions, and then I also did it growing up. Anyways, but you can see audience reactions. If there's like, let's say you have an audience of like, let's say 100, 150 people, your brain is almost processing everyone's reactions like while you're talking. You can see when a chick in the corner, some old lady goes like, I don't like what he said there. Or some guy in the corner is like, haha, that was funny. You can get all their reactions. So sometimes if the reactions are bad, it can really throw you off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like here on Twitch, you get the chat reactions, but it's not the same as like the facial expressions because you can't analyze them as fast.
No, that's a really good point. And yeah, you're absolutely right. When it comes to that kind of public speaking, you have no feedback when you're streaming on Twitch, except for what pops up in your chat, and that's going to be, one, it's going to be delayed. And two, it's not like you can get instant feedback, read someone's facial expressions and go, okay, I'm on a roll, here we go. Or, okay, that didn't hit home. Let me, shift. You just kind of have to go for it and, look back at it later and go, okay, what do I think? What were the reactions if there were any in chat? So that's a really good point, and that does add to the difficulty of streaming.
And it's nice because you got like your mods in chat too, right? So if you get any Karens in your chat or something, the mods can just go boom and they're gone, right? But when you're public speaking, you don't necessarily have a moderator kick Karens out. It just doesn't work like that.
That's true. Usually, you can ask security, but they probably wouldn't do that for you.
Nah, especially she just like frowns from the audience. You like stop the whole speech.
You
just
like, stop and you go,
get her out.
Get her out, please. She looked inconsiderately at me. I don't like it. Just remove her. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. The funny thing is I actually don't have any mods. I should probably have a mod or two. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So that's on my list of things to do.
Makes sense. Well, it's good if you haven't needed one yet. Have you ever had to ban people in your chat?
No, I have never had to ban anybody in my chat. I on the whole, my experience with the chat in my community has been really nothing but supportive. Other than like one or two instances where it wasn't bannable, it just wasn't, super positive and supportive. Past that, everybody is very kind to each other, very supportive of each other. Even on the Discord, I've got a Discord as well, which was a whole new experience for me because I've never done that before. But even in there, everybody's pretty positive. If there's ever anything in there that doesn't fit the vibe I'm going for, I address it. It's good, and then we move on. And I've only had to do that once, and it was, a very easy conversation. Everybody was understanding. It's like, cool, moving on. And yeah, so I haven't had the need for mods, which is really nice. And now that I say that, I'm gonna start my stream tomorrow night, and something's gonna go crazy wrong. I'm gonna start banning people left and right.
Yeah, classic life, right? Never happens to me. Next day, 3 times.
Yeah, right. Let me just knock on wood real quick.
Is that actually wood? You better make sure.
I'm pretty sure it's some kind of wood. There's something in this room. All right, I just hit like 6 surfaces. I'm probably good.
Okay, yeah, at least one. If you combine them all together, it probably makes wood.
Yeah, for sure.
So last question. I know you read the little list of questions I sent you. I think we covered like 2 of them, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think we kind of skipped over most of them, but that's all right.
Yeah, because like I said, the first podcast I did with Stereo Mike, I felt like an interview, and I just wanted to talk more, go off of what you were saying. I didn't really care about hitting all the questions, whereas that one I made sure to read all 12 questions, and I was like, this feels like a fucking newscast or something. Instead,
you know what you could do is in the last 5 set, or no, because you like to leave room for any questions if there are any. But if you wanted to, you could have a rapid fire section where you just hit 5 or 6 questions all right in a row, right with 10 minutes left. Then they can just rattle off the answers real quick, hit the next one, and then boom, you're good to go.
That's true. Do a speed run.
Yeah.
You want to do a speed run?
We can try. I might go on a rant and completely derail the speed run because sometimes I get really passionate about things, but we can give it a shot.
Damn, I should have a timer on screen or something so I can cut you off. Yeah, that's all you get to answer.
That'd be fun.
See,
these are great ideas for next time.
Yeah, that's true. That's the thing is when I did my first podcast, I did that on TikTok. It looked nothing like this podcast. This is completely different. But
I
like,
mean, I like the look of it. Like it's simple, it's clean. But I mean, I like the look of it. I think it's good.
yeah, I also have like, you know how, again, you said
Speed
you don't follow
run.
Joe Rogan, eh?
No, I do not follow Joe Rogan.
So he has this side guy who pulls up like clips and stuff. Say him and the guest are talking about something. He's like, Jamie, pull that up, right? And he'll pull it up on a big TV so you can see it on the podcast. I have a screen on my OBS that I just called the Jamie screen. So if we're talking about something, I can go. Why the fuck are you there? You're not supposed to be. Can you see this on stream right now?
What's up? I am the clip.
You're supposed to be in the top box on the right. So here are those mistakes where we don't care about stream anxiety, right? This is supposed to happen.
Exactly.
So you're supposed to be whatever
process.
I'm showing off on Google right now, and you're supposed to be in the top right, and we're supposed to be like looking at it, right? That's a fail. We'll fix that for next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Love
so let's rapid fire these real quick.
All right, let's do it.
I'll end with the last one. I'll be like, this is the last one. Take your time type of thing, because I want to hear a good answer on that one, because I knew which one I wanted to ask you last. Cool. All right.
Ready. 3,
2, 1. What does content creation mean to you?
Content creation, to me, it's, oh man, it's gonna be a long answer. This is a tough one for rapid fire.
That is a tough one.
I
almost skipped it.
Content creation for me means being able to create something original or with an original spin or whatever that you put out into the world that people will watch and consume and enjoy. That's the super short answer.
Perfect answer. Nice and fast. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. What's one thing you wish you'd known before starting to create content?
That's a great question. I think there's still a million things that I wish that I knew because I'm still so early in the process. I think that something that I've learned along the way is that it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start. So just put up a simple overlay, hit go live, and just go with it, because you can always make the next one better.
Love that. I made way shittier content when I started, and some of it did just as well as it does nowadays. So like, it really doesn't matter. So I 100% agree with that. What is your biggest failure, and what did you learn from it in life or in content, whatever you like?
That's a great question as well. This definitely feels like an interview. So I honestly thought about this, and I couldn't think of an answer. And I mean, I could give you like, my biggest failure is not failing enough, because that's how you learn, and some, BS answer like that. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, I have failed so many times in life, it's ridiculous. There's not any big failures that come to mind. And I think it's because I don't necessarily dwell on the failures. Like I remember them per se, and I learn from them, but then I move forward. And like, so I don't know. I guess that my biggest failure is, the one that I'm going to make next, then I'll learn from it, and then I'll move on.
Right. Yeah. I like what you said there in the beginning. Like, you fail so much and it really doesn't matter. Because that's the way I felt when I started streaming, is because, I've done like a bunch of like entrepreneur things, businesses. Like I said, I did entrepreneur competitions a lot. I've done like startup incubators, had quite a few small businesses. So a lot of failures, right? And like, I always found that when I started content creation, I thought I was probably going to fail. Like, I was like, I really think this is going to be great. And it's going to be easy. I'm going to play video games and be famous, right? But I knew that like, that's the same thing I thought about the last 10 ventures, and none of them worked out. So this one's probably not going to work out either, but I'm still going to fucking try.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Hopefully
just gotta grind it.
Yeah, 100%. What advice would you give to a new creator?
The advice that I would give to a new creator is that, kind of going off what I said before, you just have to, put up a simple screen and hit go live. But everything doesn't have to be perfect for you to start. You can, wherever you're starting, you can see your destination that you want to be, whether it's you want to be like a Nick Merckx or a Tim the Tatman or whatever the case is. You don't get on your bike, look at your destination, and then close your eyes and pedal until you're there. You look at what's in front of you, and things are going to go wrong, and you need to deviate your path to avoid massive obstacles. And then even though you're off path at that point, you can correct, you can go back to where you want to be. You can have your goal in mind, but you need to take large, imperfect steps towards your goal. So you might be stumbling in a drunken manner, but at least you're moving in the general direction of where you want to be. And you will find that you will get there if you do that. If you're too scared to actually start and everything has to be perfect before you go live, you're never going to get there.
I love that analogy of the drunken man walking towards the goal. That is so accurate. Like, I'm going to use that analogy. I'm stealing that from you.
Go for it.
Awesome. I'm gonna use that. I'm not gonna give you like credit or anything. That's just mine now. What is your current career? Like, what do you do outside of streaming?
Yeah, so for my job, I am in marketing. I'm an account executive and sales manager for, is that my title? I don't know. I'm an account executive for a health insurance company. I work primarily with Medicare, and I do marketing for that department. A lot of forecasting and market campaign planning.
Okay, so is that so? Like, do you do any social media ads and stuff for them?
We do as a department. Specifically, I do not. I don't typically work on the individual pieces of marketing per se, like the individual Facebook ads or the individual direct mail pieces or the individual email campaigns, anything like that. I work more so on the big picture, like looking at the markets and the demographics and the different plan types and being able to look at the whole sales campaign as a whole and say, okay, here's where we were successful, here's where we weren't. We're going to shift this our mindset for next year, so that way next year we're going to change a few things, send everything out, and hopefully do better.
Okay, got it. That's cool. Yeah, executive. That makes sense. Uh, oh, we've answered some of these already. Oh man. Okay, we did a few here.
So we probably touched on more than we think.
Yeah, exactly. Pre-stream anxiety. We did that one. Okay, so the last one. So here we're off speed round now. This is the last one. What is something you would ask yourself in my position that I did not ask you? What's a question that I forgot to ask you, which you think I maybe should have?
I mean, honestly, I think that we've already touched on it. The biggest thing is, when it comes to being a content creator and, just starting off and being a small streamer, whatever the case is, small YouTube channel, you need to remember that it's probably gonna suck when you first start. Unless you have experience doing whatever you want to do, you're gonna suck at it at first. And excuse me. And that's okay. You need to suck at it in order to get better at it. And you need to take those steps. Like I said before, you need to take large, imperfect steps. I heard that on a podcast at some point earlier in my life, and it really just stuck with me. You need to take large, imperfect steps towards your destination, because even if you take one weird big step, like to the left and forward a little bit, even though it wasn't a good step, whatever you did, you're a little bit closer, and then maybe you stumble back this way, you stumble back that way. But the point is you are moving, you are getting stuff done, you are trying, you are failing, but through that failure, you will be successful. You just have to start and run with it.
That's a great tip. Yeah, I've definitely heard something like that before. That's just it's great life advice in general, right? Like, I think Jocko Willink, his way of saying that, I would interpret it, is his way of saying that is embrace the suck, is what he likes to say.
Yeah.
Embrace it when you suck. When you suck, it just means that you're getting better.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
There's when, oh man, I'm gonna mess this up, but I'm pretty sure somebody asked at one point during an interview, somebody asked Michael Jordan, maybe it was Kobe, I forget, why are you better than every other player that's out there? So Michael Jordan, why are you better than every other player out there in the NBA? And he said, because I've missed more shots than all of them. And that just goes to show it's because he's taking the shots, he's putting in the time, he's putting in the effort, and yeah, he's missed more shots probably than anybody else on the planet, but he's also made more because he's put in the time and he's grinding it out. And through that failure, there is success.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great message. Life, content creation, anything you're trying to achieve in life, really.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I think that's a great way to end off the interview. Last thing I guess we got to do here is, where can everybody find you?
Yeah. So I am on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lemonwedgesss with 3 S's at the end. And you can also find me on TikTok. My handle is Lemonwedgesss. And then I'm on Twitter as well. I think my handle is Wedgesss. Again, all of those have 3 S's at the end. But yeah, I mean, just find me on Twitch and I got all the links right there. And I'm live Sunday nights, Monday nights, and Thursday nights from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Unless I'm having a good time, then I'm probably going to go a little bit later.
Perfect. That's. I didn't even know you had Twitter. I'm gonna have to go follow him on Twitter now. So everybody, make sure to go follow him on Twitter. Everything else
like
too, but I gotta catch up here.
You know, it's no big deal. But I post some funny memes on there and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Apex stuff on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I mean, Apex and Skyrim stuff, the two things that I'm streaming right now, and then go live notifications, things like that.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'll probably clip some of this up. I'll put it on TikTok. I'll tag you in anything I make. Do you want me to check with you first before I post them, or just kind of?
Nah.
Trust me.
I trust you to not make me sound stupid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you need me to like say a few extra words like that I haven't said throughout this podcast, so that you can clip it to where I sing Rick Astley, "Never Gonna Give You Up," then just let me know.
Sounds good. Man, that song's going to be stuck in my head for the rest of the night now. As soon as you said that, I was just like, I just sung it in my head.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I appreciate you being on the podcast.
Of course, appreciate you having me.
Yeah, thanks for being our episode number 2. And yeah, I look forward to playing some Apex with you in the future, doing whatever. I hope TikTok and stuff works out. Twitch is going to go fantastic for you and everything. And
thanks, man. I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you again soon. It was a pleasure seeing you here, Lemonwedge, and thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, T-Steak. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Goodbye, mate.
Peace.
All right, fellas. So that was Lemonwedge on episode 2 of the Creatorville Podcast. Episode 3 will be filmed on Friday at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time with Stirk Gaming from Stirk Gaming, who is, you may know him from the TikToks. He is a Apex Legends content creator, currently running Masters, working on his Pred, and we will see him on Friday at 1:30. Thank you again very much to Lemonwedge for hopping on for our episode 2. If you didn't see episode 1, that was with Stereo Mike. If anyone's interested in checking that one out, this podcast, the entire thing will be live on YouTube in the coming days. And then, of course, we will be clipping it up for TikTok, tagging Lemon and everything. Thank you again, Lemon. Thank you for everybody who showed up and showed some love. Tub of Chicken, good to see you there, man. Praise the Allfather, Sliced. Nice to see you all. Darren Dossel, a couple other guys on TikTok. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys like this podcast setup that you see in front of you. I'm going to be upgrading a bit in the future. I think Lemonwedge had a great idea with a speed run. So I'll probably make a scene with like a speed run, a clock ticking, something like that. I'll try and be creative with it. I might make that yet tonight, to be honest. But yeah, so we'll see some improvements. This podcast is in the beginning stages, and we are going to get better and better as it goes on. We learned some things tonight. We learned that a couple of the scenes weren't perfect. We'll fix them in the future. Jamie's scene, we got to adjust. The original scene, we adjusted it on stream, but hopefully we won't have to do that next time. Podcast is epic. Thank you very much, Tub of Chicken. We are going to try to make this work. I'm going to continue to improve. Like Lemonwedge said, take it from the man who was on the podcast. You got to make as many fucking mistakes as you can. This podcast by no means was a failure, but did we make some mistakes? Absolutely. Absolutely, we made mistakes. And we're only going to be better from it in the future. That's exactly what's going to happen. We learned a lot tonight. We learned even more on episode 1. You know, we made less mistakes tonight, so we're clearly headed in the right direction. I'm sure we'll make mistakes on the next episode, the episode after that, the episode after that, the episode after that. But hopefully, one by one, we're going to get this thing to a point where we ain't making as many mistakes type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't making too many mistakes. So thank you to everyone who showed up. Tub of Chicken, Lemon, Praise the Allfather, Sliced, peeps on TikTok. Appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one. Friday, 1:30 p.m. with Stirk Gaming. He's going to come hang out. And yeah, I'm going to spend some time clipping this up on TikTok, so you will probably see me again soon. Thanks again to our guest, Lemonwedge. And you guys have a great night. Thank you again. See you later. Tub of Chicken. And... that ends the TikTok live.